Hi everyone and welcome back. Today we're starting brassicas, and I don't mean your average cabbage. I mean flowering brassicas or flowering kale. And what we're going to be working with is the Kamome pink, Kamome bright white, and Kamome bright red. Now, these are really hard to find here in Saskatchewan. And a couple years ago, I did a video on planting these up after I found them at a hardware store. I found the actual purple pink ones at the hardware store, and they also had white. So I bought all the purple pink and I planted them in the garden and in window boxes and stuff. And they were beautiful because these are a tough plant. They can tolerate to minus 15 Celsius, but on average, anything below minus 10 can cause the heads to form early, resulting in buttoning. That is a term they use for when kale, ornamental kale, forms its heads too early. But they are very cold tolerant, and that's why a lot of warmer climates like them, because they can put them out early in the spring and enjoy some beautiful color in the garden when not much else is blooming. Now, for our zone 3B climate, we can start these now. And I've already marked the package as 4 to 6 weeks to get these going. So now is a good time to start them. And I'm doing all three colors because I think they will be beautiful in the garden. They are nice along a border or an edge. They look gorgeous in containers, and mass planting them is even better. So what I want to do is I want to start the 3 different colors in here. And I'm not going to go ahead and do labels on these because the color itself will indicate what they are for me. But I'm very excited from these. I got these from Vesey Seeds to try. I wanted to get them last year. They sold out really fast and I didn't have any luck. But this year they had more colors and I'm looking forward to see how these do. This is my first time planting these and starting them from seed. So let's see how it goes. They like to be covered with soil when you plant them, and the seed is significantly small. So we're gonna give it a go and see if these grow for me and how they do. So the first one I want to start with is the pink. I think the pink will be really pretty, and I'll post some pictures so you can see what they're supposed to look like. But definitely, this could be the star of the border of the garden if they're used that way. So this is what we got for seed. So you can see here I've used the Jiffy Seed Starting Mix again, which is what I use all the time. I have mixed a bit of perlite into it. I'm starting to run out of perlite, and I have already treated my soil with boiling water and let it cool to prevent any infestations of gnats. So this is a pink, so I'm just going to use a trusty old chopstick here, and I'm going to make some little dents or holes in the center to put this seed in. And it should be a very quick process to do this. And we'll just go through, and I'm going to do all of them. I might not have enough seeds for this 72 cell tray, but we'll do what we can and see if I can use these all up. If I end up with too many, I can always give them as a gift to someone, because like I said, they're very hard to find in plants in the garden, and the only place I've seen them is at my hardware store. And a couple years ago they got them in. Last year they never got them, and I went looking for them. So I was a little bummed about that, but we can make up for it now by growing our own, and far cheaper. These are not cheap plants to buy when you do find them. So it's good if we can just grow them ourselves. So I'm just going to pick these up with my finger like that and slip them into the holes if I don't end up sending them flying, and cover it over as I go here. These are going to be harder to spot because these are brown seeds, so they are not coated with clay, so a little harder to see. So if I have more than 24 seed here, I'm going to save some for next year. I figured I would try to do about 24 of each. So I figure about 3 cells of 9s should pretty much do it. Oops, might not have picked one up there. These should be really pretty in the pink, white, and red, and they should make quite the statement in the garden. All right, that is all the pink done. Now we're going to do a couple cells of the red. I want more pink than red, so I might have more red left over. And you can see there's quite a bit of seed in the red. And this seed's a little bit darker. The pink was more of a brown seed. This is more of a black seed. And the seed's a little bit easier to handle. All right, so we've got 2 trays of the red. I'm gonna package these up and save the rest, and then we're gonna do the white. I've never purchased the white before. I should have bought them that year when they had a lot of them in. It would have been great. I could have used them. And shortly after I purchased them, a woman came in, the staff told me, and bought the rest, the white. So they went really fast. Whoops, I opened the wrong end just about. And she was looking for the pink/purple as well. So I think we're both on the same page with these. Oops. And once again, you can see the color of the seed. These are kind of a brown and a black color to them. Once we get done planting these, I'm going to give you a quick look at my dahlia seedlings so you can see how they're doing and give you a bit of an update. Because this is really a fast project to get these all started. I'm just going to put a couple extra in here because some of the seed seems a little bit maybe felt a little broken. All right, and that is all of them. And yeah, we have some seed left. Package them up, make sure I get everything. The nice things about Vesey's Seeds is that you can reseal the envelopes, which is fabulous. Otherwise, I'm taping them shut. All right, so we have the red, the white, and the pink planted. And here's some information that is on the back of these packages. So start 4 to 6 weeks before transplant in early spring, cover seed 1/4 deep and provide an average soil temperature of 21 Celsius. May also be direct seeded in late spring, early summer. Plants will tolerate frost if hardened off first. They like to be 12 to 18 inches apart in full sun, and they like cool conditions. And the cool conditions will cause the color of the flowering kale to be deeper, which is excellent. And it also depends on the length of the days. The shorter the days, the cooler it is, the more the color is going to intensify. So maybe in my basement I'll get some good color because it's a bit cooler down there. All right, I'm just going to cover these now. And kind of tamp them in, just in case one did not make it in the slot, which can definitely happen. I'm a little later getting this video out today. It is Sunday, I had a whole bunch of stuff to get done, and on the weekends I tend to shoot my videos the same day that I air them for you to see. So just a heads up on that. And I do have some more things to plant. We're going to do some vegetables that I want to do, and I have an experiment planned. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, and we're going to see how that goes. The mad scientist here wants to try an experiment with some vegetables to see how they do. I am hoping to add a few more raised beds near my deck in the back where it's hot by the house to plant those heat-loving veggies. And I want to grow some for some friends. All right, we're just going to mix these in. Sounds like I need to fill my jug. That's better. Less sputtering for sure. And we'll put the cover on and they can grow on the grow racks. So let's go have a look at how my dahlia seedlings are doing, and maybe a couple other seedlings that I've started. A bit of an update with this video as well. For those of you that haven't seen my prior dahlia videos, here are my dahlias. I'm going to be pinching them back real soon, but they're looking nice. Great generation. And excuse the noise, that was my washer going off because I have it in the basement and my plants are in the basement. So doing really well. I have coleus here just coming up. They've just been down here a couple of weeks and that. And then up here I have my snapdragons. You can kind of see them. Over here you can see my wandering dudes. I've had to cut them back already a couple times. They were getting just way too big, and they were actually sending out roots and rooting in the pot beside them. So I could have some mixed ones there. Down here are the petunias and some Dusty Miller back there. So you can see what's going on with those. Over here, of course, is geraniums. They're getting a bit bigger. I need to start feeding them more. We have the foxglove right here. I have the pansies here. Some more foxglove here. I forgot to water this tray. So yeah, oops. And then down here, we have my dahlias that I did the video on. And we're starting to see a bit of green on those tubers. So that's awesome. So that's what I'm growing right now in the basement. A lot less this year than I normally grow. But you know what? This is enough plants for me to handle because I think I mentioned before, I want to do more perennials and less annuals. But I do need my standbys. So things are looking good and I'm really happy with how they're doing. The dahlias are doing very, very well. You know, we have the decorative here. And then we have the double pom-pom. So really, really nice. So these should be good as long as I don't put them out too early because they're very sensitive. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.